Hi everybody, Andy here with etrailer.com. Let's take a look together at these Diode Dynamics SS3 Pro LED spot pod lights with brackets. These 3-inch LED spot pod lights are going to give you bright light with reduced glare for improved visibility and safety. As you can see, I have this light connected to my power source already, and what you're currently seeing is one of my favorite features, backlight on this light, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But I do want to point out that I also have this light installed to one of the brackets. This is going to be an easy installation virtually anywhere on your vehicle with those included aluminum U brackets and hardware. I do have the hardware used to mount the light into the bracket already installed. That's going to allow you to easily change the angle of the light in the bracket. And once you have that angle that you were looking for, just tighten down the hardware on either side and it will hold that angle in the bracket. Then you'll also get the hardware to mount the bracket to your vehicle. So these aluminum U brackets are going to be very durable. You're not going to have to worry about corrosion. They'll hold up really well for you. Now let me go ahead and shut my studio lights off here and go back out for a wide view just to show you what that backlight is going to look like, especially from a distance. As you can see, it's amber in color, and that's going to add a little bit of touch of style to your vehicle with that backlight. And then let me show you what this is going to look like when I fire up that main beam, so you can see the big difference there. So you see the backlight and then the main beam. And then while I have that on, let me see if I can successfully turn this to the wall behind me to show you that spot beam. So that spot pattern beam is going to light up objects off in the distance up to about half a mile away. So it's a pretty powerful beam that's coming out of that light. And this light has a color temperature of 6,000 Kelvin. So that cool white color is going to match the color of most of your factory LED lights. And even with my studio lights back on, they're pretty bright. You can still see that beam pattern on the wall behind me. So again, pretty bright light there. And I really do like that backlight, especially if you don't have your main beam on. That's going to add a little bit of visibility for you. So the raw lumen rating of these lights is going to be 5,796 lumens. The measured lumen rating is going to be 3,000 lumens. And these lights have a peak beam intensity of 131,500 candela. Now, candela ratings measure the directional light output, and it's how anything is rated where you want light shining in a specific direction. Lumen ratings are just for omnidirectional output, like your regular bulbs where you want light shining in all directions. But for a more detailed description of these ratings, you can visit this product page on our website, or Diode Dynamics provides additional information that you can find. Now the power draw on that main beam is 2.7 amps, and on the backlight it's 0.03 amps. And these lights are designed with a newer technology known as custom TIR optics. TIR stands for total internal reflection. So unlike the older technology that uses reflectors or simple projector lenses, which aren't real efficient at focusing all the light where you want it, this custom designed large TIR optic actually collects and focuses all of the light forward very efficiently. And from there, instead of having another external lens, certain lens patterns have been molded directly into this lens surface. So what that means for you is this is going to prevent the normal efficiency loss that you see with an outside lens. As you probably know, when you shine light through any type of glass or plastic, you're going to lose some of that light, and you could lose up to 10% of that light just from it shining through. So by making it as part of this lens, you're not going to lose efficiency, you're actually going to pick up some efficiency. Now this does include the industry standard integrated Deutsch style connector, and as you can see on this pigtail, you see that connector, and that's going to plug directly into the back of this light and then clip into place very securely. And while we're looking at the back of these lights, they also include a breather patch that's going to prevent any moisture buildup in the light itself. And then these heat sinks on the back of the housing are going to do a great job of dissipating heat quickly to increase the longevity of these lights. Now, these lights have been built with high-intensity LED chips. They do feature a durable powder-coated aluminum construction, and that heavy-duty construction is going to do a great job of withstanding vibration, corrosion, extreme temperatures. And testing has been completed to SAE standards, just like your factory lighting components on your vehicle. And an interesting note, Diode Dynamics actually designed, engineered, and assembled these lights right down the highway from us at their headquarters here in the greater St. Louis, Missouri area. Now, let me give you some overall measurements here of these lights. Looking at the overall width from end to end, we're sitting at about 3¼ inches wide. That's going to be the same measurement for our height end to end. Now, when you add the bracket, that's obviously going to extend the height a little bit. So from the top of the light to the bottom of our bracket, we're sitting about 3¾ inches tall. And then looking at the depth from the front of the light to the end of our heat sinks, we're sitting pretty close to 2 3/8 inches deep. Now, these lights do draw high current and they do require adequately sized wiring for safe operation. So if you're not using a Diode Dynamics wiring harness, you do want to make sure that you're using wiring that's 16 gauge or larger. Well, I think that's going to wrap up our brief look today. I do hope that our time together has been illuminating for you. Again, my name is Andy. Thank you for joining me.